Tongsu Taba Tes, Temple Laname by Noshi, the Bachki by Yenas. Then, so that kind of, this name, just only Sonji Chamdendi, has such kind of meanings and qualities. So, and in these books, and that is like more like, Buddha's name. And then now here, they're talking about genuine, the kind of qualities. And here, two ways. Buddha himself perfectly kind of enlightenment or perfect, and then around that, and also through Buddha, and to be benefits, others also become perfect. So kind of two ways. So where this in this book, can you find? Okay, I think here translated little bit different ways, as I heard. What is this? Arhats, right? Okay. Thus, I think then the ghost, the third is there is the known as the Buddha Bhagavan names. Okay, among other good quality, he has fully perfected two purpose. Actually, this is like more subject here, but he didn't put much the subject. So anyway, first, then Buddha himself, the word called Dejin Hepa, in the Sutra teaching itself, they says Chamdendi and Dejin Hepa. So we don't have these books, everybody, but anyway, here the really root picture is in these books. So thus, this way, you are the Buddha, the glory conquered. And this translation is also. So every translation is, yes.
In another translation, they say the one gone to suchness.
Yes, now they are talking about one gone suchness. Yes, yeah. One gone such. After this, Songji Chamdendi is we already explained. Now next is Dejin Hepa. Then next is Dachamba. Dachamba means Arhats. And then next is Yong Tapa. Yong Tapa is totally perfect. And then they call Yong Tapa is like perfect. And then Zobu Songji means completely Buddha. And this is like more really name, Buddha's name. So all these are the name. So now from here they're talking about this Dejin Hepa. Dejin Hepa. Dejin Hepa means Sanskrit, I think, Tathagata, right? Sanskrit we say Tathagata. So, wrong, that Tathagata means like who really are gone exactly into the suchness. Wrong Dejin Manovatonis. So, Buddha Shakyamuni himself has the realization of the totally the suchness, reality. So, Dejin, Tibetan word Dejin means suchness. Okay? Hek means you are gone there. So Buddha has a realization of the true nature. So that's why, and they call Tathagata. As well as Mipham Rinpoche here commentary says that is more like he has perfect realization, but indirectly also he has such power to show this to others. It's very wonderful words, Chetawa to the Chepa Tejin Chepa, the wrong Tejin Mano, but only Yana 1,000 Japan. So indirectly, and every sentient being, he could tell or he could give power to realization or realize of true natures. So that's the mean Dejin Shekpa. So Dejin is suchness, Shek means gone. Shek means gone. So someone who really gone into the suchness, that means perfectly self, how you could say, realization, and on the top of that, and he has such power to also other people bring into that. So that's the things. And then this Arhats, word Arhats. So Arhat in Tibetan we call Dachamba. So here again, Da means enemies. Cham means abundant. Like Bhagavat, Cham is also abandon of the demands. And here saying Dachamba is Arhat. So this Cham means like abandoned, Da means enemies. So Mipham Rinpoche description about what really meaning of the enemy. Generally, enemy means that if someone took your good things or whatever your kind of precious things, if someone take it, and that person become our enemies. Or if someone really annoy you, makes all the time inharmony, and then that person become our enemies, right? We call, oh, he's my enemy because he took my wallet, he took my bike, he took my car, he took my something, horse, yaks, sheep, etc. As well as someone, then he really harms to you. And that is worldly we call that. So now the really root of the root of all kind of our faults, unharmony, is actually negative emotion. If we never ever have, or if we really abandon, like hatred, I think we will be really happy. You will be no problem. Or if we really kind of abandon all our desires, we will be very comfortable, So therefore, all kind of fault, the root is negative emotion. So therefore, the negative emotion is really enemies. And there's many words, how the negative emotion is really the root of enemy from the different books, Indian masters, Shentin Deva, Ayan Deva books, etc. So we don't go far, okay? But anyway, the Buddha Shakyamuni, he abandoned even habit tendencies of the negative emotions, not only growth, even habit tendencies. From rootly, he abandoned. So that's why they call Dachamba. Dacham means like abandoned. Then the Sanskrit they call Dachamba. And then next is Yongtaba Zobu Songji. So all these are the title of the Buddha's name. Yongtaba Zobu Songji is here, says the Samyaksambuddha. I think Samyaksambuddha is the Sanskrit. So Samyaksam means looks like Yongtaba. Yongtaba means perfectly, totally, completely. So here, why we need to perfect, why we need to complete Buddha. So then Mipham Rinpoche give a little bit, discretion about here these things also. But also here he talking about the Buddha means what the really means of the Songji, Oh, the ignorant is like sleeping. And when you really totally wake up, that we say, oh, I'm very fresh. The song can be very fresh. So here saying that you are kind of married, song is totally you abandoned of the sleepiness of the ignorance, and also you liberated the knowledge, knowledge. So often he gives these examples, such that Padma flower, it rays from the moody places, moody, I think, place, and it opens 1,000 petals, and that petal is totally pure and beautiful. Likewise, someone totally waking up from the ignorance of the negative emotion, yet that mind is totally awakened, fresh, luminosity, enlightened, So that's why this J, and this J means more also like more liberated, luminosity, etc. They both purifying or awaken or liberate are talking about our own mind, the mind itself. So one is, this Padma, totally pure, that is like awakened. And a lot of petals, that is like more omniscient aspects. So these two are like how anyway that is like Buddha, general Buddha. So then here this Samyaksam, Yongtaba Dzogchen. So this Buddha's word, it can be sometimes also used as Arhats. We talk about Shavaka Buddhas, right? Shavaka Buddha, Patika Buddha, and then Buddha Shakyamuni. We use like this Buddha word also Shavaka and Patikas. And Shavakayana practitioners, they are Arhats. Patika Buddha practitioners, they are Arhats. And so because of that, kind of we giving name as Buddha, but they are not perfect one, not complete one. So Shavaka and Patika Buddhas, they remove of the negative emotion, but not yet completely this liberated of the mind, luminous aspects. So therefore, kind of the Buddha Shakyamuni is like above that. Because of that, they use this perfect and completely. I think Samyasam is like, okay? And then also he talking about this Buddha word of the Buddha. It can be also like, the 10th boomings of the Bodhisattvas. Sometimes they use as Buddha. So for instance, Hyenizi or Avalokiteshvara, sometimes someplace they use as Buddha, but not completely Buddha because he's still in 10th levels. So if you have become Buddha, we call 11th Bhumi in Sutrayana traditional, okay? Sutrayana traditional. Tantric Dzogchen, they're counting more yana, more Bhumis, but this is not general. So generally, that until 10th Bhumi is highest on the path. So that is one thing. And then other thing, and Maharaj says, some demons, they can also manifest as Buddha. And they are not perfect form, So actually, if the demon, sometimes we think the demons are, or we know that demons are powerful, right? Demon has some kind of merit and also some kind of power, which the wrong aspiration powers. That's why they are very powerful. They can harm, they can do, and they can manifest many ways. So demon is much more powerful than our ordinary mind. So they can be manifest as Buddha. So in order to, our Buddha Shakyamuni is showing of in order to showing of that, they're using this Samyaksam, okay? Saji yegi nakimada juba yobe dele cheba shebe tenba ki mudes. So Samyaksambuddha donna toba yeki teni madapa. Then here says, in short, I think you can go to somewhere the in short. Maybe I think I cannot follow this, okay? I hope somebody can follow. Somebody can follow. In short, he says, in short, that Samyaksambuddha is that Tokpa Yeshiteni. So the realization of the wisdom is that it's Madhupa Mayambas. That showing is that Buddha's that realization is not kind of perfect or not accomplishing. Showing that not like that way. So like showing that totally accomplished, totally perfect and highest. So you need to understand that why we use the Yong Taba Zob Songji. Lana meba nibi tenji ne Yong Taba Zob Songji xiaose.